Welcome to the Vikings Now. I'm your host, Patrick Siepman. More breaking news during day 3 of NFL free agency. The Minnesota Vikings have agreed to bring back running back Alexander Mattison in a shocking move to me. I'm going to be diving into it all, what it means for Dalvin Cook, and will Alexander Mattison finally be the lead back in Minnesota? I'm going to be diving into it all and more. But guys, the Vikings love making moves right when I get off work. Okay? They love making moves right when I leave the Chat Sports office, but that doesn't stop me. I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to get you guys a video ASAP, any time of the day. Just hit that subscribe button right down there. It's free. It helps me out. This channel is all about just dudes talking football. And hey, I will be your go-to Minnesota Vikings guy. Just hit that subscribe button. No matter what the news is, no matter what the rumor is, I got you. And hey, let's talk about it. Alexander Mattison is back with the Minnesota Vikings. Another running back domino to fall today because we saw Jamal Williams. He went to New Orleans, and late last night, a little NFC North interdivisional move by David Montgomery as he went to the Detroit Lions. In a pretty shocking move. I know Bears fans are pretty upset about it. But Alexander Mattison, the deal is worth $7 million, and it's a 2-year, $7 million deal that can get to $8 million with incentives, but $6.35 is guaranteed. Honestly, I think this is a great deal. I think this is what the Vikings need to do at the running back position. You get a guy like that, Alexander Mattison, you pay him $2 to $3 million per year, or $3 to $4 million per year, and have him be your lead back. But man, it really starts asking the question, what does this mean for Dalvin Cook? Because maybe the Vikings will prove me wrong, but I really doubt that the Vikings are going to bring back Cook at $10 million or $14 million next year and Mattison at $4, pretty much giving around 15 to 16, 17, whatever it is on this year's cap. At the running back position, Kwesi is a huge analytical guy, and just knowing the way he thinks and knowing the way he's kind of ran this Vikings team for the longest time, I just really doubt that Cook will be back. I am expecting Dalvin Cook to be cut or traded here in the next couple of days. Another reason to hit that subscribe button, stay in the loop. But man, I would be shocked if they brought the gang back and brought back that running back room because, guys, you forget, you have a guy like Ty Chandler. I have a big fan of Ty Chandler, the 6th-rounder out of North Carolina last year. I love the way he runs. I think he looked good in preseason during his limited reps. And you still have guys like Kene Nwangwu, who's a huge gadget piece, a burner. You just got a lot of mouths to feed in that running back room. And bringing back Dalvin Cook, I don't know. I just don't think it's that likely. I mean, you are paying. I understand it's only a 2-year, $7 million deal for Alexander Mattison. But man, you would assume he is going to be the lead back next season. We'll see. We'll keep you guys in the loop if anything does happen with Dalvin Cook. But I want you guys to grade the contract and grade the move of bringing Alexander Mattison back. If you think it's a good move, give it an A. If you're okay, give it a B. Just grade it A, B, C, D, or F. My grade for this, and I'll actually make this the pinned comment, by the way, on today's video. So just YouTube ad break comes, take advantage of it, go answer today's pinned comment. But my grade, I'm going to probably have to give this a B. I think it's a solid grade. It really depends on what they do with Dalvin Cook because this grade could easily be a D for me or an F, honestly. If they bring back Dalvin Cook on his current contract, I just don't know. Mattison, he's been a good running back. He's kind of been that thunder to Dalvin Cook being the lightning. But, man, you really start asking questions if will Dalvin Cook be back? Because this is a move that if you're kind of piecing it all together here, I just don't think Dalvin Cook's going to be back. And it's going to suck. Obviously, I've been on the move off of Dalvin Cook hype train, but he has done a lot for this organization. He's been great in Minnesota. But I think this might be the first domino to fall to where, Alexander Mattison is the lead back next year. And Dalvin Cook could be out of Minnesota. But overall, if we're just talking about Mattison and kind of his fit with the Vikes, I think it's a great fit. I've loved the way Mattison runs the football. I think when you watch Mattison, he's a downhill back. He is a power back, and he's just been a great dude in the city of Minnesota. He does great things on and off the football field. And if we talk about just locker room guy, again, Alexander Mattison is a great great locker room guy, similar to Dalvin Cook as well. But again, I want to see what the Vikings do here. This is going to be extremely interesting to see how Kwesi handles this, because we forget this is Kwesi's second year as a GM, and he's making a ton of moves during this 2023 NFL free agency period. So I am going to be curious to see if he brings back Dalvin Cook. That's the huge piece of this. Yes, Mattison signing. I'm excited to have him back, but man, let's see. Let's see if they do bring back Dalvin, because that cap hit, I just don't know. I don't know this with Dalvin Cook, but we'll see. That's why you guys got to hit that subscribe button and stay in the loop here on Vikings Now. We'll have you covered with no matter what it will be. And there is one thing I want to end this with, just kind of overall kind of thoughts of the free agency period so far for the Vikes. They're going to be a damn good football team next year. The Vikings are going to be a damn good football team this upcoming year because, one, I think the offense, that'll be fine. You got an all-time wide receiver in Justin Jefferson. You got a top 5 tight end in TJ Hockenson, a top 5 left tackle in Christian Darrisaw. You're getting Brian O'Neill back from injury. You re-sign Garrett Bradbury. You bring in a guy like Josh Oliver to make that 12 personnel grouping electric for Kevin O'Connell. And if we know, I talked about it on today's video earlier, those Sean McVay guys, those Kevin O'Connell guys, they love sitting in that 12 personnel, the 2 tight end sets, having Josh Oliver being one of the best run blocking tight ends in the league, paired up with TJ Hockenson, one of the best pass catching tight ends in the league. It's going to be special. I'm excited to see how it all plays out. But man, Alexander Mattison, he's back with the Minnesota Vikings. Recapping the news here, a 2-year, $7 million deal that has up to $8 million in incentives and $6.35 in guarantees. Shout out to Kwesi. I think he's having an unreal offseason. And if we're talking about defensive side of football, just kind of end this. Man, I'm excited to see that defense play. Byron Murphy, Marcus Davenport, still got Harrison Smith, Lewis Seen, all the boys. I am excited to see them get back to it. The Vikings, they're making moves. Kwesi, that was one thing going into this free agency period, just with like how the Vikings were cap-wise. I'm like, I really don't expect the Vikings. Like, yes, even if they move off a bunch of these veterans, like, how active will they still be? If you bring back Zadarius Smith, Daniil Hunter, Marcus Davenport on that D-line with Harrison Phillips, having those be your 4 linemen and your 2 linebackers being Asamoah and Jordan Hicks, and then your corners being Byron Murphy, Andrew Booth, and maybe a guy you draft such as the Deonte Banks, pair him up with a Harrison Smith, Lewis Seen on the back end. That defense could be top 15 with a top 10 offense. Man, it's just going to come down if the Vikings are going to be good or great next season. But hey, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah locked up Alexander Mattison on a 2-year, $7 million deal. Hit that subscribe button. And hey, as always, Skol Vikes, baby. This team's awesome. I love covering this team. Shout out to everybody who stayed to the end. Give me a real one down below. We'll see you guys next time. Skol Vikes.